Good morning. I have a poem to read to you. It's called The Devil Went Down to Kokomo. Well, I'm a ukulele player, you know, and I carry my uke wherever I go, so it happens quite often that someone will stop me and say, "Hey, what you got there, a violin, or what do you call it, a mandolin?" I'll say ukulele, then I'd be on my way. But it just so happened one New Year's Eve, I was stopped by a guy who said, "Hi, I'm Steve, and I'm a better uke player than you, I'll bet." Well, I could tell that he had been drinking booze, and of all the things that I would choose, I said, "I've heard that from other clowns that I've met." He said, "Boy, I'm the best ukist you've ever seen. I put Jake to shame and mop up Aldrine. Who do you think you are to challenge me?" "Oh, I ain't nobody," I said out loud, 'cause I could see we were attracting a crowd. "But I'm better than you, and you can just call me Yuki." "Mr. Yuki to you, old hat, but I'll be glad to take your bet. I've got a ukulele strum that can't be beat." "We'll see," Steve said as he opened his coat and he pulled his ukulele out with a gloat. "It's a 80-year-old Martin 5K. Ain't it sweet?" Steve began to play, and it made me ill, because it was clear to me that he had the skills. I knew right then and there that I was through. I wasn't quite sure what I was going to do. He strummed and he picked and he strummed so fast I couldn't tell his fingers from thumb. When he stopped, he said, "Okay, boy, how about you?" When I pulled out my uke from its case, Steve laughed out loud and said, "That's a disgrace," because, you see, I'd only brought my plastic uke. As he scoffed, I was spastic, because I'm proud of my plastic, and that's when I remembered I'd brought my kazoo. I said, "Excuse me while I whip this out." And when he caught sight of it, he gave with a shout, "A kazoo? Hey, that's not fighting fair." I smiled as I placed the kazoo in its holder, and I watched old Steve, who began to smolder, but I knew he was starting to regret the dare. I started the song, and I blew the kazoo so loud and so long my face done turned blue, and I strummed the uke so hard I might drop it. As I blew and I sang, the whole audience ran, but Steve stood still and cool like Dapper Dan until his ears started to bleed, and he yelled, "Stop it!" Steve said as he cried, "Okay, it was all a lie. I'm not the best ukist, no matter how hard I try. I give up. I'm not as great as you." I smiled and said, as I put my uke away, "Oh, you're good, but man, don't try to play against a euchre who packs a kazoo." Thank you.